man, you are a fucking active dude. You are a vocalist in.
I'm an active senior, you know.
You're
Take a lot of metal musil.
You're a fucking vocalist in 3 bands, a bassist in a Danzig Misfits tribute band, a skate shop owner, tour manager, talent buyer, podcaster. Thanks for taking the time to hang out, man.
Thanks for hitting me up, dude. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. One of the bands that you do vocals for is the iconic Orange County band, skate punk hardcore band Death by Stereo. You know, got the mask right there.
Yeah, dude. I didn't even know you had the mask. That's cool.
You guys just released your new album, We're All Dying Just in Time.
Yes.
Back in August, and you made sure to still have a big release for it despite quarantine. What was it like to record a record release show at a live stream at Social Sanctuary?
It was a trip. Let me preface this by letting everyone know that actually today, our new album came out on a second colorway, hot pink vinyl, and it's available for pre-order today at indecisionrecords.com.
Nice.
Just had to throw in that plug.
Nice,
and
of course.
It's hot pink. I'm really excited about.
That's sick. I can't wait to see
that. And then or find it on our Instagram.
Right.
But dude, recording that, it was a trip because we were kind of like, do we do a live stream like at the skate shop, or where are we going to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And then my good friend Kathy Mason hit me up, who tour manages Manic Hispanic.
Okay.
And she's been working with this new venue called Social Sanctuary. I guess call it a venue.
Yeah.
It's in a warehouse.
Yeah.
And we thought, well, bands like us, hardcore bands, don't every day get to utilize this type of production, you know?
Yeah.
And she really gave us an amazing opportunity, and it was a trip, man. We sat there and kind of planned it out a song at a time, how it was going to look, how it was going to feel, talking to the lighting and the video guys. And the whole situation was a trip because you're in this giant warehouse with like 10 people, and they're all in different corners, all in ISO booths.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they had these plexiglass booths, like the sound guy, the light guy. It was a trip. And like, the band had been isolating, you know, tests, all that stuff. We got there, they do temperature checks. You got to sign a thing saying you ain't been fucking around, you know?
Right.
And it was a trip, and rightfully so everyone's safe. And
yeah,
it was a big empty warehouse, and then there's a stage, and they basically told us, like, if you get on the stage, you can take your mask off. The minute you take one step off, mask on. And they're like, there was just nobody near us. It was weird. And it's almost like, how are we going to find energy? Because hardcore is about community and an exchange of energy, right? And I think we were all so fucking excited to actually be playing music live. We were just like, it started just going crazy, you know?
Yeah, so, you guys put on a great performance. It was good.
Thank you very much, dude. And like, you know, before this all ended, we had so many shows coming up, and like I wanted to book a DBS show at Commissary, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like we were just moving, going, more shows and tours, but Commissary is a venue that we both work at.
Yeah. Dope spot in Costa Mesa.
Have worked on shows there, and
yeah,
it's a really cool place. But hopefully we'll be back soon, you know. But it was a cool experience, and it felt good to be able to play, and then hearing the feedback from everybody. It was so positive, and it seemed like people felt energy in their living rooms, you know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody's trapped. So there was like some energy traveled, and I think whether I knew it at the time or not, it was being given back, and it was being exchanged, you know? And
definitely,
we were certainly bouncing it around between us, you know, while we were playing. And I don't know, man, it was a really cool experience. And it just, I don't know, dude, you had said something to me previously before doing this. You were saying that everybody's talking about the way things used to be. No one's talking about progression or trying to do something
right
in this time. And I agree, dude. It felt good to do something positive during this time, and be able to express yourself and share ideas and just do what you love, jam with your friends, you know. And like, I think you're right. This is all a time when, you know, we are limited in some ways, but we are unlimited with our imaginations. And, you know?
Yeah, I think it's so important to continuously do things and, like, you know, not just be like, I miss touring. Like, we all, like, everybody misses the shows, but it's it's important for us to do something until we can get back to that, you know?
Oh, 100%. And you know, and I know we're not the only band doing it. Like, NoFX did their crazy thing at Fat Mike's house. And then,
right.
Whoa. And then wild, dude. Yeah. And you know, big metal bands. I mean, was it Suicide Silence did a world tour?
Yeah.
I mean, not every one of us can do a live stream like every day and send it all over the world, but I thought it was so cool that, I mean, a band their size could do it. They literally time zoned each performance.
Yeah.
So, like, this is the Berlin show, this is the Tokyo show. Like, I love that, and any way you can do it, and even if it's you on your iPhone in your bedroom on an acoustic, do it.
Yeah, for sure. It's
super
and, like,
important. Yeah, and like I get reminded often something I heard Bill Stevenson say in the All documentary, the All Descendants movie.
Oh, right.
He was like, dude, like, he was talking about how All never quite achieved, I guess, fame like Descendants or whatever. I mean, I think they were obviously achieved greatness.
Yeah, definitely.
Musically, they're one of the greatest bands of all time. But he said that they constantly went out and played no matter what. Because he said, even if your band has 50 fans in the whole world, it's kind of your obligation to go play for those 50 fans. You go play.
Definitely.
You do what you do. Definitely. You know, like, again, whether there's 2 people in the room or 200 people in the room, go crazy. And I think right now, the same thing applies. You know, whether one guy's going to watch me on my phone or 500 guys are going to watch me on the computer, dude, do it.
Yeah.
You know, your artists need to keep drawing. The writers need to write. You know, I think.
Something that I've always loved
Haters
about
gonna hate.
Oh yeah, of course.
Haters gotta hate. Lovers gotta love.
Something that I've always loved about Death by Stereo is that you guys have always had such a cool blend of punk, hardcore, and metal. Do you think one of those genres had more of an influence on the new record?
You know, geez, that's a tough one. I think we've always kind of like, I don't know, like definitely had vibes on different records where we were maybe leaning one way more, but I really feel like this record, much like our first record, or, you know, we kind of just wrote, you know, and it's just like the songs that happened are what came out of that, and I feel like we didn't put any lean on anything or any boundaries on it. So that's why I feel like on the new record there's parts that are super metal, or there's parts that are like breakdowny, madball, hey, you know, and there's parts that are just punk rock, through punk rock, you know, and after we were done with it, taking a look back at it, I was like, whoa, like, this is like all the things I like, you know, and I think that's what we've always tried to be about, just playing what was in our hearts at the moment and letting it come out and laying it down. And I feel like it's a snapshot of like where your head and heart are at that moment, you know?
Nice. Yeah,
you know, like when we made, sorry, I forgot.
No, you're good.
in 2005, we made a record called Death for Life, and that was a really heavy record. It was way more metal than most of our records. And to be honest, I remember going to the vocals. What record was it? There was a Sepultura record out, I want to say that year or the year before, and I couldn't stop listening to it because they're one of my favorite bands of all time.
Yeah, like, amazing band.
Top 10 bands that ever exist, you know, and heavy band with punk lyrics, you know. And I was listening to that record over and over and over, and then I remember when I went in to do vocals, I was just like, and you know, and everybody's like, damn, dude, and I'm like, oh, I've been listening to Sepultura 24 hours a day for a month, you know. But I think it depends on what, you know, your intaking has a lot to do with your output, you know.
Yeah, definitely. 95. Which Sepultura record would that have been? Was that? That's not
05.
05. Oh, 05.
Yeah. Around the 05-ish time, but I was listening to a ton of Fear Factory then too.
Nice.
Which would have been probably Archetype or something, but I'm a big Fear Factory fan, lifelong. Nice. Which I'm gonna let everyone out there know that Rob Flynn from Machine Head has a podcast called No Fucking Regrets.
Oh, nice.
And Dino was on it a few days ago from Fear Factory.
Oh, cool.
For any fans out there, it blew my mind. He like, I'm just sharing this to the world as a nerd that, dude, it's the definitive fans interview.
Nice.
So
nice.
check it out. Anyway,
nice.
Shout out Fear Factory.
Oh, great band. And another band that you do vocals in, you mentioned them before, the Chicano punk rock band Manic Hispanic. You guys did a live stream this summer as well, right? Was that also a Social Sanctuary?
We just did a few songs.
Okay.
And we did it acoustic. It was a live stream tribute to Steve Soto, our guitarist and one of the originators of the band.
Punk
and
legend,
absolutely. And we alongside of a bunch of his friends did a live stream tribute to him and donated all the money to the Save Our Stages charity.
Nice.
And we did it at the same place that DBS did it. You know, there were some bells and whistles, but it wasn't as like
right,
DBS,
right.
You know? Because we actually, it was the first time Manic ever played acoustic.
Oh, wow.
It was cool, full band playing acoustic. It was really neat, like little shakers and stuff. But like, it was really fun, man, and it was the closest we've gotten to get to playing in a long time. And which Manic Hispanic is actually a few days ago, we just shot a new video for our new record, which is finally going to see the light of day.
No fucking way.
Yeah, we recorded the record with Soto, and you know, for obvious reasons, it didn't come out and things. Right. We just took time, you know, and got it all wrapped up and mixed and mastered. And dude, Soto has some gems on there that are so fucking funny, dude.
Nice.
But I don't have a release date yet, but there is a new song that was made available yesterday.
Oh, sick.
And a new Manic Hispanic song that you can get for free.
Okay.
If you buy anything from the Manic Hispanic web store, you get the song free, along with an entire compilation called the Scalaween comp that comes out every year. It's a punk and ska compilation.
Nice.
You get the whole comp for free. There's a free new Manic Hispanic song finally on there, and I also got to sing on a song with the band Left Alone, so that song's on there too.
Oh, nice. That's dope.
Yeah, which I'm a big fan of, dude. They're one of the best ska bands around, dude. You know.
Yeah, that was gonna be like my next question is like if Manic Hispanic's working on new stuff, but that's awesome to hear that.
Yeah, and we actually have a few songs recorded in the can from that same session that we have stuff to put out once this comes out. So I think Manic Hispanic's going to start working with a lot more consistency now, and we're just going to keep trying to put out as much stuff as we can.
Nice.
And we shot a ridiculous music video, cowboy hats, the whole, you know.
I can't wait.
I threw a picture on my Instagram of my
I saw that, yeah. That looked tight. Fucking in 2017 you joined another iconic Orange County band for vocals, Voodoo Glow Skulls.
Yes. Dream come true.
Yeah, and it looks like you guys are writing new music as well, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, we've been working on a record for a while. I joined the band 2017 and like, whew, that was a nervous year for me, man. I learned the songs, we went right on the road, and I was just like, holy moly, like, is this real, you know? And I was like, I've been seeing this band since the 90s, like, dude, I went to so many voodoo shows, and I was just like, kind of surreal, and I just went for it. I went on tour, and like, we were friends, but I didn't know them well. We would always see each other out or whatever. We played a show together, and I was, oh, hi guys, hey, it's the voodoo dudes, you know, and they were always so cool to us. They were the first, when Death by Stereo signed to Epitaph, they were the first band we met. And we went to go see Slayer, and we were standing out. I was a flyer guy working, a street team guy.
Nice.
And I was like street teaming in front of the Slayer show. And George and Eddie walked up, and they were like, I think me and Dan were out there, and they were like, hey, you guys are Death by Stereo. And we're like, oh yeah. You know, like, you
know me? Like, yeah.
No, totally, dude. And like, so they were always so gracious to us, nice to us, but we didn't know each other that well, and I think they were going into it the same way as me, like, well, we're going to go on this tour and take these guys a fill-in and see if at the end of it we all still like each other, and here goes nothing. And dude, I want to say I left not really knowing anybody and played like, I want to say like 40 shows or something, dude.
Damn.
in a row, like no days off.
Wow.
It was crazy. And something like that, 30, 40 shows. And then like I knew AJ, the drummer at the time. I knew AJ. He had played in Jughead's Revenge and a bunch of cool bands. He had the Switch. And we partied together one time a long time ago, and went crazy. And I've always had that memory together.
Nice.
And then we ended up playing together in this incredible band, and we're like, what are we doing? You know, and we're all family now, dude. You know, 3 years later, a bunch of tours later, like it was like my life completely changed. I you know, DBS always toured a lot, but we weren't touring as much as we did like in 2001 or something. You know what I mean?
Right,
we were gone 8 months solid a year, and we were still touring a good bit. But and I joined Voodoo, and the next thing you know, it's like manic shows and months with DBS. Get home, 2 days, take a shower, whatever, eat. You know,
yeah.
Get a haircut,
for the first time in days.
Jump in the van with Voodoo, and then go out and play another month of shows. And it's I feel I am like the luckiest guy in the world, dude, because I can't. You know, Dave Mandel that does Indecision Records, was talking to me one day, and he was like, dude, you're touring more right now than you did when you were 23.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was just like, whoa. But Voodoo, dude, it's so rad. Everything's really progressive with them. Those guys are incredible musicians, man. And we've been writing and writing and writing. And the cool thing is that Eddie Voodoo has a recording studio behind his house that we built out of a garage. And it's a full-on dope studio.
Nice.
So we've just been working there. Like him and his brother, I don't know how they do it, man. They just come up with these ideas that are so insane. Like I'll walk in there and be like, sit down and listen to this. You know, just play me an entirely instrumental, and I'm like, what? You know, like they can't stop writing. They're so good, and we'll all jam sometime. Since COVID, we've tried to space out. You know what I mean?
Right.
We've done some rehearsals where like I sang with the mask the whole time. And,
yeah.
You know, when we're recording, Eddie's on one side of the glass and I'm on the other. You know, but dude, the new songs, I'm so excited about them. I feel like it's a cool amalgamation of like old Voodoo style mixed with like a new direction. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Couldn't ring with my earbuds. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
But it's really exciting, and we are getting closer. We've taken everybody's like, what's taking so long? We played a couple new songs on tours. And we just keep writing, but I really respect how hyper-focused the brothers get on it and how much attention to detail they put into the songs, and how they're just saying, look, dude, we're putting out the first Voodoo record in a long time with a new singer. Mm-hmm. We just want to come out swinging, dude. So we wrote a ton of songs, recorded a bunch of songs, and then we were just like, nope.
Oh.
Okay, we'll keep these three.
Okay.
All right, keep riding.
Right.
Keep riding. And we're just like, we're going to do the absolute best we can wrap our heads around doing. You know what I mean? Like, let's go above and beyond. And dude, I'm excited, man. There's a couple tunes that are kind of extreme, you know, like on the ska core side, the extreme side of it with a little bit of, you know, like some DBS in there. And then there's some stuff that's reminiscent of like Land of Misfit Toys, you know, or we got a couple bangers that are even like Who Is This is kind of fast. Like, so it's kind of, I think it's a cool mix of their different records mixed with kind of a little bit of me in there too, you know.
Cool. Awesome. I'm excited for this.
Man. I'm really excited, and can't wait to go back on the road, dude. I miss playing shows with Voodoo.
right. Of course.
You know, it's fun, man. It's like I get to jump into a different character for each band.
Yeah.
You know, and I have my costume with Voodoo, my mask, and I'm in this mode, dude. I'm like, even in my head, I'm just like, I'm not this guy, you know. Like I'm like, oh, dude, I'm this character, and then with Manic, I'm obviously playing that character, and it's weird, man. Like I don't know, dude. It's a trip. Like it's exciting. I feel like I get to be like these different people, but they're all me. You know what I mean?
Oh no, for sure. Because you have your hand in so many different projects, and you know, it's got to be fun to, like you said, have different characters for each one.
Yeah.
Do you have one that's like a little bit more fun to like perform live than the others, or like just something like?
DBS is like obviously my heart and heart and soul and the funnest thing ever for me in DBS. We just, dude.
Yeah.
At DBS is no rules, no holds barred. Dude, we go crazy.
Nice.
And like, and yeah, we'll leave shows beat up, dude. You know what I mean? Like the guitar, headstock, I'll hit you, or hardcore.
Right.
But Manic and Voodoo are a different type of fun. Like Voodoo, it's also very extreme like DBS because they're the extreme of the genre, and Voodoo is really fun because within one Voodoo set, I'll get to do like DBS fast, really hardcore song, and 3 songs later, I'm dancing around to a rock steady song,
Yeah.
So it's like so cool and unique and fun and dynamic. And dude, there's never a dull moment with Voodoo. You don't have time to think. It's like a million songs back to back, but they just changed course so fast. And then Manic is a really unique thing because it's just the silliest, goofiest thing ever.
Right.
And like we're just making fun of stuff and making fun of ourselves. And dude, I don't think I've ever played a Manic show without one of the guys just punching me in the balls. Gabby used to, every time I'd walk on stage, Gabby used to just be all whack, and I'd be like, oh, and I'd fall for every time.
Just a nut shot in the middle of the fucking set.
I walk on stage with like the balls in my throat, just all have to sing up for songs. And then like the other day, we were shooting the Manic video, like I nut tapped one of my bandmate Gilbert, and then our bandmate Louis just, dude, straight up just punched to the ball. I was just all, oh, and they're all right, do your part. Oh God. So funny. So it's all different kind of jackass situations, dude, but it's really, they're all equally as fun for me,
Good. That's awesome.
I just love playing music and sharing,
Of course.
Yeah.
Earlier I had mentioned that you are a tour manager, and one of the artists that you tour manage for is the renowned UK dubstep producer Rusko.
Yeah.
How did you cross paths with him? How did that happen?
A long time ago. I was a Rusko fan for a long time. And super into bass music, electronic music,
nice,
dub, reggae, which he pulls a lot from reggae and dub.
Right.
And I have always worked production in between tours. Excuse me, whether it's at festivals or working for bands on the road, as you know. And I was the booking agent for Death by Stereo at the time. His name is Chris Paulus, and he was a tour manager for a bunch of groups, and he called me one time and he's like, hey, I need a crew guy to go on tour with this group called Major Lazer, who was new at the time. Yeah, and he's like, I got the gig for you. I know you're not on tour. I know you need to work, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's it. I go on the tour. Yeah, and the opener for Major Lazer was Rusko right before he blew up.
Nice.
And he was like blowing up on that tour. It was crazy to watch. And we were all on the bus one day, and everybody's listening to music and different things, and out of nowhere he just like looks at everybody and goes, hey, would anybody mind if I played some punk rock? And I was like, yeah, and I looked at him, I'm all, not at all. And my buddy Chris is like, bro, we're both punkers. Yeah. And he's like, oh really? And he goes, dude, this dude's in Death by Stereo, right? And I was like, dude, nobody in this bus knows what that means.
Right.
And Rusko looked at me and he's like, yo, my wife has a Death by Stereo poster.
What?
I swear. And then it turns out Rusko's a ska punk kid.
What? Fucking what?
I swear, dude, you're not gonna believe. He is from London, and he had a band in London called Five Finger Discount, a ska punk band, and they opened for Capitan and all the UK ska punk bands. He's in that scene forever, but he produced on his own as well. And he was making drum and bass. He was really into reggae vibes, and then him along with 3 other guys kind of developed what became dubstep.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Fucking fathomable.
Yeah.
You know? Just you created a genre.
Yeah, I mean, and like that was what I thought was craziest, is that like he wasn't just like, you didn't like just cross paths with like just anybody. Like that was like one of the OGs. Like, yeah.
Totally, it wasn't just like DJ so and so. You know what I mean? It was like,
yeah.
Holy shit, it's this dude. And so we became friends on that tour, and we would like listen to Leftover Crack on the bus all the time.
That's so fucking cool.
I know, it's so crazy. And like And Major Lazer, those dudes are mad cool. We're still all friends and stuff. And Diplo would always ask all these questions about punk, and like, it was a cool tour.
Nice.
And then after that tour, or actually during that tour, DJs didn't really sell tour merch.
Right.
So I was kind of the everything guy for Major Lazer. I was the runner, the tech, the assistant, the merch guy. I was the everything guy. They had a tour manager and me.
That's awesome.
We were the whole road crew for Major Lazer, if you could believe that. That's all they were running at one point.
That's wild.
And nuts. So I was doing everything, and I was selling the Major Lazer shirts. And then they were the first kind of DJ group to go to rock clubs around the country and sell merch like a rock band. We're gonna go play House of Blues with this DJ group, you know, and or rock clubs all over that I've played with DBS, you know. And Rusko one day goes, "I need to sell T-shirts, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro."
Yeah.
You know,
it's extra. It's extra cash for them, yeah.
Absolutely. So he goes, orders this box of T-shirts, and he's like, "Hey, mate, like, could you help me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I'm here. I'll just do it." And then we started hanging out a bunch, and we'd hang out on the bus, and we'd sit in the lounge and smoke joints and listen to cool like reggae music. And sometimes I'd just smoke weed and just sit there and listen to him writing. And then it turned into, we kept in touch, started hanging out. Then, hey, can you go do this other tour with me? Hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do that? Then it turned into his tour manager. And then we ended up getting a pad in North Hollywood for like 3 years that we had.
Oh, nice. That's
I
awesome.
lived with him for 3. Yeah, we lived together for 3 years in the Valley Village area of North Hollywood.
Okay.
And I was kind of like his everything dude for a while, but we were just friends, you know. And then he moved back to the UK for a while. He's back here now, but he moved for a while, and then my life ended up getting super busy again, you know.
Right,
I started touring so much, and so here and there I'll do a gig with him. And but actually it was a couple of weeks ago. I was just at his new house, and he came out because I did a Punk Rock Karaoke, did a live stream from a studio in North Hollywood where they had all these singers come out.
No way.
And do different songs. Yeah, it was so cool.
Nice.
And I sang the Go-Go's. Our Lips Are Sealed. And
that's awesome.
I love the Go-Go's. And Rusko came out to that and hung out with me. It was cool. We had a distanced hang.
That's so wild. Awesome.
Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, he's just a dude. He's a punker, dude. At one point, me and Rusko started a band.
What?
Dude, we recorded, and the recordings never saw the light of day. Check this out, dude. It was called El Capitan.
Okay.
And we've said that someday he's got to find the tracks on a hard drive somewhere in the middle of all his million of hard drives full of music that he writes. But we'll probably just give him away or something. But the two of us did the whole record ourselves. It was an EP, and it was almost like a punkier Jimmy World or something.
Oh, that's so sick. That's so sick.
Yeah, it came out like that. You know what I mean? He just was playing real jangly guitars, and then we actually put a band together and rehearsed a few times, dude. In the band, dude, he got this kid Riley playing drums that he met at a weed shop.
Okay.
He's so cool like that. He had his regular weed shop, and he just talked to the guys when you go in there forever. And, you can play instrument. Oh, dude, you want to jam? I live right by him. He's that cool.
Nice.
He's that down to earth, dude. He's the best dude ever. And we had Greg Hetson on second guitar.
Okay.
Rusko was playing lead guitar, and Chris Aiken was playing bass from Strung Out.
What?
Yeah, we had put the whole band together. And
what a fucking super group.
Yeah, it was. Oh, dude, it was so cool. And then, you know, that guy is just so overwhelmingly busy, and that guy at the time was so buried in projects he had to do and management on him, and you got to be here, you got to do this. He just literally had about 2 minutes a day to even say hi to anyone, you know.
Fuck,
and
yeah.
He was in the middle of his like just, you know, headlining joint at the Palladium, you know. And, and I was busy like minding everything and making sure the schedule happened on time and doing everything. So we kind of just, I don't know, it just kind of fell to the wayside. But someday we'll get those songs out. But yeah, there was a short-lived group called El Capitan.
That's so awesome. Fuck.
And El Capitan is the highest peak in California.
Right.
And at the time, like, dude, I love weed, it's no secret. But like like obviously there's been times in my life where I was more deeply into it than just advocating for it.
Okay.
Because I definitely advocate for it were life. But
right,
we were
right.
deep in the smoke, writing music, listening to music, and we were like, he was like, let's call it El Capitan, and I'm all, why? He's all, because we're the highest dudes in California.
Greatest name ever, hands down.
Well, that's how that happened, man.
Speaking of which, I mean, you have a podcast called Into the Weeds.
And we've been paused because of COVID, obviously, but
right.
We're on kind of a hiatus right now, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, yeah. What's the podcast all about? I know you've had like some really awesome people on there so far.
Oh, it's really exciting. My friend Ben Rispin from Hamilton, Ontario.
Okay.
He is a big advocate for cannabis in Canada.
Okay.
And he sings and he sang and sings in some legendary Canadian bands. He was a band called The Video Dead, which Death by Stereo was really good friends with, which is funny. Video Dead, Death by Stereo, and we both totally rip each other off. We totally like sound like each other.
Oh, really?
And
Nice.
we were buddies, and we toured Canada together quite a bit. They were a big deal there. And he also sang in a really big Canadian band called the Saint Alvia Cartel.
Okay.
And he now sings in a band called Rules. And he is a big cannabis advocate, was part of opening a chain of dispensaries across the country. And him and his good friend, Bubba Nicholson, who's my brother, who's also a big cannabis advocate and works for a lot of companies. And Bubba has helped a lot of really sick people get medicine they needed. Okay. Like on that kind of level, really advocating for people that need it, not that, dude, recreational all day, go for it, everybody. Right. Have fun, kids.
Yeah.
But dude, all day, and we all believe in that. But these guys were really trying to help people, you know. And Death by Stereo throughout the years has always had a really strong fan base in Canada, and everybody in Canada has been so good to us forever. And fortunately, I guess have a following there. And so he reached out to me, and he was like, "We're going to do this podcast based out of Hamilton, Ontario, which is right by Toronto."
Oh,
and
right.
And we want to call it Into the Weeds. He came up with this whole concept, and I was like, how are we going to do it? At the time, before Zoom, I was like, or I knew what Zoom was, or whatever. I was like, what are we going to do? Skype? Like, how's this going to work? And he goes, no, man. Like, he found there's a big thing right now. There's marketing companies that are solely focused on cannabis.
Okay.
It's the new frontier. Like Snoop Dogg owns a huge cannabis marketing company. I met this whole other world of corporate weed I didn't know existed. Like, these are guys in suits.
Oh, wow.
Like, you know, I got to go to conferences and big meetings and all this stuff. And I'm like, whoa, not a single guy in here has probably ever even tried weed. You know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this really crazy company called Puff Digital from Canada, it was a marketing company. He pitched the idea to them, and they agreed to fund it. Mm-hmm. And I'm so lucky, dude. So Puff ended up flying Bubba and Ben out to California for the first few episodes, which we filmed in Venice. And they rented us a house in Venice. And we just set up in the house and had guests come in throughout the day. And in a week, we would do like 2 or 3 episodes a day, so we could roll out an episode every Monday for like 2 months.
Wow.
Or 3 months.
Yeah.
We'd make so months worth of content in 2 weeks.
That's like, amazing.
Yeah, that's how we did it. And we scheduled it all day. And it caught like this momentum and all this energy. And next thing you know, they're like, all right, we want you to come out to Toronto and do the podcast. And we did it in this area called Yonge and Dundas Square, which is kind of like Times Square. Like big screen, we're on screens, all this. And I was like, what is happening right now? You know, and they're like, dude, your podcast is doing all right, you know, and like their expectations weren't extremely high. They were just like, look, if you can meet this goal, we'll fund the next one. You know? So we just kept meeting the goals, and they kept funding it, and it kept growing, and it kept growing. So then we did that, and then they flew me to Vegas for this huge cannabis convention, and then you're gonna go there and interview Sendog from Cypress Hill. Like, what?
Wow.
You know, and then like, yeah, and then they rented us a house in the Hollywood Hills and put us up there for a week, and we got to sit with Tommy Chong and like Ashley Evans, the MMA star, and like, dude, like Greg Hetson came out, which is really cool. We're advocating, we're not saying people should smoke it. So Greg Hetson came out and gave us the sober person's perspective on cannabis.
Okay.
It's really cool. He advocated for it, but he's sober. And although he will not touch it, said, look, if sick people need it, they should have it. So it's been a really cool experience. We've had people all across the board, from Tommy Chong to Greg Hetson to Billy from Biohazard, who's straight edge. You know what I mean? And then I've met some incredible people that I didn't even know, that they brought in, like a guy named Eddie Leff, who they call him the marijuana martyr. He was helping a lot of sick people way back in the day.
Okay.
And he created a lot of the modern strains of marijuana that exist now. Uh-huh. And he was giving medicine to sick people, did 10 years.
Wow. That's
so
amazing.
I got to meet a lot of people like him that had incredible life stories, that overcame a lot of adversity. And then at the same time, dude, like, we got to chill with like the guys from Hollywood Undead without their masks. It was cool. And
That's
like
tight.
They like just hung out and laughed their asses off with us, and we just like smoked weed and had a goofy time. You know what I mean? So
nice.
It's been all across the board. We met all kinds of great people, and they were talking about Spain, and I was just like, oh, what? Like, just because I'm just like, you just want me to go sit there and talk? Is this real? And then COVID hit, and Puff Digital shut down at COVID and kind of defunded all their different projects.
Oh, shit.
And the timing was rough because right at that time, dude, we got picked up by High Times Online.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was an audio only podcast, but we filmed every single episode we ever did, just saying, what if, we can get somebody to put this on their network, whether it's Be Real or one of the, the Snoop Dogg channel, just like, daydreaming, like those people would.
Right.
But then all of a sudden High Times is like, look, we have our own platform on our website called High Times TV, and they put up a good handful of episodes, and it really started catching momentum. So we're hoping that when things settle down, like we talked about doing it on Zoom, but we said, you know what, let's just wait till we can all be in the same room again. Even we have to wear masks, but like we just want to keep it the same, and we're just letting it breathe for a while. Yeah. Everyone's licking their wounds right now because no one's got any money, and you know what I mean? My co-hosts are trying to figure out their lives because, everything's shut down, so no one can work. But we'll hopefully get back to it once this is all over,
Nice. Something I've always... Oh, what?
Sorry, I forgot to tell you.
What's up?
And it's getintotheweeds.com. And intotheweeds.com, get into the weeds on Instagram.
Perfect. I'm putting all of this in the links in the bio, so don't even worry. Something I've always really appreciated about you and all the projects that you're a part of is that you make sure to post on social media about social injustice and just keeping people informed in general. And you teamed up with a few of your friends back in July and released the Radical Protester shirts.
Yes.
Are you planning on doing some more merch like that or anything like that?
I actually had a friend of mine hit me up about doing another one. By the way, if anybody sees this, I've been told they're all shipping out. So everybody knows shirts are on the way. But that was to benefit the National Association for the National Accountability for Police, NPAP is what it's called.
Perfect.
NPAP on Instagram, and for police accountability. And I'm really looking forward to doing more stuff like that. There will be another one coming soon on the horizon. I just got to think of something as cool as Radical Protester, because that one's hard to top.
Yeah, it's
design is ridiculous.
It's a great logo and everything, and like it's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, I feel you on that.
Ben, my co-host from the podcast, thought of that, and he started the charity. He started a new company called Bongs for Charity, and he's getting people from the cannabis world to do charity to help people.
Oh, that's fucking cool. Nice.
Yeah. Bongs for Charity on Instagram.
Perfect. We talked about the commissary earlier, and I was lucky enough to work a couple of the shows over there when you were throwing shows at commissary. And I was wondering, did you have any like kind of challenges having punk and metal like hardcore shows at a place that was traditionally more of a club before?
Yeah, it was hard to kind of get people to wrap their heads around it, because they Google the place and they just see like a DJ booth and a bunch of which I love, but
right.
That's what was there primarily, and we were really trying to let everybody know, hey, we're a regular venue just like it's smaller, but just like House of Blues or Observatory,
Right.
like we want to just facilitate touring bands, whether it's a death metal band or a DJ, and the owner's vision was always to have live music in there. And until we linked up, just kind of wasn't able to make it happen. And you should see the place now, dude.
Oh yeah.
He's been working on it, dude. Yeah, it's way more
yeah.
rock and roll now, dude. But he got the stage in there, he got everything in there, and it took a few shows, as we had some amazing lineups in there, and people slowly started trickling in, and then when we did that Adolescence show, it just pushed it over the top.
Yeah.
The Adolescence was the last show we had done there. It was Adolescence with Union 13 OG member reunion. It was crazy. The Volturos played. It was nuts, melted.
Yeah.
And you remember, it was bonkers, man.
Great
and
show.
So we're hoping that we have this weird theory, like, hey, that Adolescence show is the last show that everybody in OC went to.
Yeah.
So we're like, hopefully they'll remember us. They'll remember Commissary, and when it comes back, dude, I had already started, a long time ago, 6 months ago, nobody knew how long this was going to last.
Right.
And so I was like, well, when can we book shows? And we're like, oh, let's try January. Okay.
Yeah.
So I booked a bunch of shows in January and February, but I don't know if that's realistic at this point, which it's not. And we're not going to risk anyone's safety. To quote the ICP guys, we refuse to risk one Juggalo life.
Dude, I thought that was the greatest thing that they've ever posted. I was like,
they are so cool. They are so cool.
I remember just sitting there. I'm like, am I like gonna be a Juggalo? Like, I love this. I love these guys. Everything they've been putting out is amazing.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like, it made me click on links when I saw that and like watch some podcast, and I was like, oh my god, these guys are so cool.
Yeah,
they're so nice. They seem like such nice guys. But
yeah, they have that one shirt. It's from like one of their older songs, I guess, where they're like burning a Confederate flag, and it's like "fuck your flag" or something like that. I was like, I was like, what is this? I love this.
they have that.
Yeah, it's someone was telling me that it's a reference to one of their older songs. So I don't really listen to them, so I don't know. And like I almost got it, but like I haven't bought a shirt with the word fuck on it in a really long time, so I was like, I don't know, but I love this message still.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, dude. But it's so wild, dude. But yeah, I refuse to risk one Juggalo life myself.
Of course.
And coincidentally, total tangent, dude, because it seems like this whole interview is about tangents. Dude, I heard the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life, speaking of Juggalos, not that long ago. Dude. So, I'm a vegan.
Okay.
And I'm really interested in vegan things and vegan this and vegan that, right?
Right.
I don't necessarily talk about it all the time or anything, but I just like it. And searching for vegan stuff, I came across a vegan Juggalo gangster rapper.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, this sounds so sick. What's his name?
You gotta look him up. His name is Ouija Mac, like a Ouija board. Ouija Mac.
Mac.
Like a Mac
that's
10,
fucking,
Ouija
that's
Mac.
Great.
And dude, me and my friend Robbie, I sent it to my friend Robbie, and he's like, what is this? And like the whole song's like about how like, I'm sorry that the president wants to grab you in the coochie. I'm truly sorry. I'm sorry. Basically, sorry about the power imbalances in the movies. I'm sorry for this. I'm a vegan. I'm a this, I'm that. But then it turns into, and then I'll blast your face off with my cat. Dude, you gotta look him up. Ouija Mac.
That's
vegan
amazing.
Juggalo gangster rap. You know what, dude? I love the world so much.
Dude, yeah, things like that is like what really like instills joy and like hope into you. Like, it's just like, this is amazing. I'm so happy that this exists.
Me too. If you think about it, you're like, that's kind of the most punk shit ever.
Oh, for sure.
Like, this guy's rapping about like what all the new rappers are rapping about, pills and weird drugs and guns and all that. And we were listening to it, and what was the line? My girlfriend was dying. We were both laughing about it. It was it was, I'm going to say it wrong, but we rewound it a bunch of times. I can't put my dick up on your mandible because the makeup you use is tested on animals.
That is so fucking great. Wow.
Shout out Ouija Mac, dude.
Damn. All right, checking that out.
What a cool guy. What a cool guy, huh?
It's amazing.
Like a psychopathic, psycho killer, vegan gangster rapper, you know?
I love it. I'm all about that.
Me too.
Sort of switching gears here. You're the
switching juggalo gears.
Right. You're also the owner of the famed underground venue in Fullerton. That's also a skate and record shop. Program Skate and Sound.
Oh yeah.
It's one of my favorite spots of all time.
Thank you.
And over the years, you've hosted some insane bands there. What was one of your favorite shows to host there?
Dude, we had Rusko DJ the shop to like 10 people.
Fuck, what?
Dude, it was when we were living up in North Hollywood. We were sitting there one day and he goes, hey, oh what? He's all, you still got turntables at your shop? I'm like, yeah, because he had just bought all these like crazy dub and like raga records.
Okay.
And he goes, what if I just showed up at your shop and started DJing weird raga records and like dub records? And I was like, what? Like, are you being real right now? Is this serious? He's like, yeah. He's like, you just can't tell anyone.
Right.
And I was like,
but.
Yeah. So he's just kind of like, whoever's there is there.
Yeah.
And I brought him to the shop and he started DJing. And one of the kids texted a couple people and then like 10 people, maybe like 15 in the shop. And he was just playing records. It was so weird. And everybody's just like, what is going on? So then when he was done, we got in my car to leave. My buddy AJ, that's one of the owners of Slide Bar, texted me and he's like, what are you doing right now? I go, and he knew Rusko. I go, I'm with Rusko. We're about to go back to Hollywood. He's all, come to the bar. Like, we'll take care of him. I was like, oh, that's so thoughtful. Nice. I go, hey, these guys want to buy you drinks, and dinner. And I go, and I'll just watch. And like, you know, and yeah. And then he was like, "Wow, that's awesome. That's so nice." And I go, "Yeah." And I'm just kidding. Those guys always take care of each other. They're the best Slide Bars.
Yeah, of course. I love.
Been amazing to DBS for you. Dude, what venue has paid bands for 10 years to play free shows? You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. But, they've always done it so well. I appreciate what they do. Yeah.
Talk about supporting the scene, But
yeah.
So then we left the shop and drove straight to Slide Bar, and we're throwing drinks. I don't drink anymore, but we were throwing drinks back, and I'm so mellow now and old. We were throwing drinks back 10 years ago or whatever, and we were going crazy, blah, blah, blah. And then AJ just looks at Rusko and he goes, dude, why don't you just jump up there and start playing records? It was a packed Slide Bar. And he's like, all right.
It was this plan all along.
Totally. And he jumps up there and just throws down. Dude, people in the bar just started figuring it out. You see all these phones start going up. People start tweeting, and before you know it, the whole place is just filled out to the back, out to that fence, like starting to go into the parking lot. And we're just like, I was like, whoa, dude. And he's like, holy shit. And after he played it for a little while, he was like, we should probably go.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And I was like, all right, that was so cool. But yeah, we had Rusko at the shop, which is one of my favorites. We had the Casualties.
Oh, wow.
Which we kind of kept it down low. There was a good crowd, but it wasn't like when Terror played and we just let everybody know and they filled the shop up and just trashed the place and it was the best time ever.
Right.
I was like, the Casualties is going to be like Terror times 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we kind of kept that one down low, and it was so good, dude. They smashed the place. My third favorite, I'll give you my top 5. My third favorite was Bane.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they played Chain Reaction. They had a day off the next day, and I just, hey dudes, what are the odds? Come on,
Right.
We'll charge like $5 or something, and I'll give you all the money for your gas and food and whatever you need, And they were like, dude, that sounds great. And so Bane came and played. So many people showed up, dude. There was like 300 people in the parking lot. That they finished their set, kicked everyone out, let everyone else back in. They did 2 sets to as many people, so they could play to as many people as they could.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I'd say, it was amazing. That's still Bane, right?
Yeah, that's amazing.
And I'd say fourth favorite is our first show ever. It was Ray Barbie playing jazz guitar by himself.
Wow. Okay.
Ray Barbie showed up, dude. He set a little jazz amp, combo amp, in the middle of the store and just sat on it with his guitar, and for like an hour straight, just played beautiful jazz, and everyone in the room stood around him in a circle and just enjoyed it.
That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, Ray Barbie, and then
damn.
I guess what would be one of the, I guess Turnstile, man. That second time we had Turnstile,
right. Yeah.
We had him twice. The first one was mind blowing, and we had him a second time. We were just like, whoa, and right, and then they actually called us for a third one, and at that point we were like, dude, if Turnstile comes here, like, we want you to play so bad.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like if Turnstile comes here at this point, it will literally be the end of program.
Yeah. It would get wrecked.
And, oh yeah, dude, we've been wrecked a few times, but none on that level, and whatever. We've had a little hole in the wall after the Bane show, and we just patched it up. Whatever. Everyone's really respectful, as and tries not to break things.
Right.
But Turnstile, the third time they wanted to play, I was like, dude, we just can't do it. So I called the Constellation Room and was like, can Turnstile play here instead? And like they were like, yeah, and now they'll headline the whole observatory.
Yeah, exactly, and sell a place out.
Those
instantly.
are probably, those would be probably my top 5.
Nice. That's a great top 5. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Okay.
Oh, there.
I was gonna say, did I already ask you about Dirty Black Summer?
No, you didn't.
Okay, so yeah, that is the band that you play bass in, and it features members of Union 13 and Zebrahead. How did the idea to do a Danzig Misfits cover tribute band happen?
Well, our good friend Christine, who's a singer, Christine Doan, who we call her Doanzig.
Oh, nice.
She sang in a hardcore band in the 90s called Pale Fire.
Okay.
And they were really cool, and they were just the best people. They're all our friends, and Christine's been a lifelong friend. She's a sister to me, and she started the band ages ago, years and years ago. And actually Colin from Mean Season was playing bass at first.
Oh, wow.
And Dan from Zebrahead DBS was playing in the band, and our friend John was playing drums, and I would go to every show they played. Nice. I just thought they nailed it, and like their Danzig was so Danzig, but she just has this power. She sings it like him. And then it just came up because Colin got really busy. He's in a bunch of bands. I know Mean Season started back up, and then he was touring with different projects of Mike V, and I just kind of threw it out there. I was like, what do you think about me on bass?
Yeah.
I'm like your biggest fan, and then turned out we needed to get a drummer because John just didn't have the time to do it anymore, and I asked Cassie from Union 13, and she jumped in, and then we just started going with it, man. And it's been some years now, and like, dude, it's like one of the funnest things I've ever done. And Misfits and Danzig are the perfect skill level for a bass player like me.
Oh, nice.
The punk rock.
Right.
Hey, if you need a good bass player and he only has to play on one string, I'm your guy.
Nice. Perfect. I'll keep that in mind. I'll making a note of that one.
There you go. Dude. It's a lot of fun, and we hope to play again too once things are over. And we our ultimate goal is we have this plan. When things are normal again, we want to record a Dirty Black Summer 7-inch with 3 Misfits songs on one side and 3 Danzig on the other.
That'd be so fucking cool. Nice.
Yeah, because Christine's take on it is so brilliant, man. I love her voice,
That'd be amazing. All right, so last question for you. If there was one artist that you could do a vocal feature on their record, who would it be?
Fishbone.
Fishbone?
Dude, top 5 bands of all time. I've loved them since I was super young, dude. Fishbone is like the beginning and the end for me, man.
Nice.
And that's one thing when I joined Voodoo that we all were like, oh, Black Fishbone too? And Angelo Moore has been such a gigantic influence on me in my life. And Chris Dowd, the whole band, they're masters of every genre.
For sure. Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like take the Give a Monkey a Brain record, dude. They're like Servitude is one of the heaviest songs, the heaviest breakdowns I've ever heard. Terry Date recorded it. Like the guitar tones are it's like Deftones or something heavy, Yeah. And then the next song is the cleanest jazz guitar I've ever heard, playing the cleanest rocksteady ska song. So I was like, these guys are geniuses.
Yeah.
And I've been a lifelong fan, and a lot of people don't know it, that I've actually pulled a few Death by Stereo ideas or direct rips from Fishbone songs, but no one would ever guess, because sorry, I didn't mean they were direct rip-offs of Fishbone, but because the context is completely different, you know. But Fishbone, as a really young person, really opened my eyes to the world, opened my eyes to like social issues and politics and what was going on 20 minutes away from me in Buena Park, California, Fullerton, California, growing up in these towns. 20 minutes away from me, and watched, there was a war zone that, you know, none of us knew about, you know what I mean, and all this injustice, and Fishbone was singing about like, yo dude, like this is happening to us, this is in our neighborhood, we have to change. And then they took that idea and applied it to like a global scale, and the idea of everyone everywhere being equal. And like Angelo Moore has always said it, rock and roll is black, rock and roll is white. You know what I mean? He's always said that, and he's always stood by it. And like they never excluded anyone. They're like the perfect band to me, you know.
That's a great pick. Yeah, it's an amazing band. Well, I'll let you go. Was there anything else?
Dude, it's so good to see you.
Dude, it's amazing to see you too, dude.
See your face in front of me, bro. Dude, when I get back to town, if there's a distanced way we can hang, dude, let's do it.
I'm for sure down. You know, we can go to Seabirds or something like that. I don't know where you want to go. Yeah.
Let's go to Seabirds. We should grab Angel too.
Oh, for sure. I haven't seen that fool in forever either. So,
dude, Angel and Beto are hanging hard at their pad down there. Dude.
Oh yeah,
they're just chilling, dude. Yeah,
nice.
They're the best.
Living the best.
They live
life.
like a few blocks from my mom, so it's kind of
cool.
But yeah, dude, it's really good to see you, man. Thanks for talking to me,
dude. Thanks for hanging out. You've taken time out of your super busy schedule for me, so I appreciate that. Definitely.
And anyone out there, dude, thank you all so much. Thank you to every single person that's supported me in any way whatsoever. You know, like if you ever even stole the Death by Stereo record, thank you. You know what I mean? Thank you. So, thanks,
you,
dude.
Man. Awesome. Well, take it easy. Hopefully, talk with you soon.
Oh, I lost you again.
No.
There you are.
Okay. All right. The internet's cutting out. I'll let you go.
Later, dude.
All right, dude. Bye.
All right, later.